Hi everyone, April Davis here with April Davis Creations, and welcome to Scrapbook Friday. Excuse me. Last week we started working with the Exploring Nature scrapbooking workshop. And if you remember, if you joined me last week, we put together project number 1. So I promised you that I would take project number 1 and I would get my pictures into it. So here is project number 1. I've got them in their scrapbooking sleeves now to protect them, but we did the living in the moment side. I went ahead, I got my pictures added, and then I decided that I needed to add an additional picture. 3 pictures per page wasn't enough for me because I have a lot of pictures. I will continue to build this particular event out. We went to Bryce Canyon, so I got my Bryce Canyon added, and I just wanted to show you that I have the alphabet a la mode dies, and so that's how I did my Bryce Canyon. And then I also was working with the Nature Symphony bundle, and I loved this stamp here, so I took my scrapbook pages and stamped the stamp along the top. And then additionally there was let me see, is it in this one? I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. Yes, there was this die that was available. And so what I did is I took some Secret C and cut out some of those leaves, actually snipped them apart and got them placed. And it again added an additional picture. So this scrapbook page went from looking like, let me pull this back out again, went from looking like this, which was great, to now I've made it my own and it looks like this, and I just love it. So I'm ready to get started with project 2. Now the one thing that I do have to do is I have to do my journaling, but I decided not to go ahead and journal these pages because I've got some additional pages. Haven't created them yet, but they will go with Bryce Canyon, and so I want to double check what I want to put in my journaling after I get my other pages done. So we're going to go today on with project 2. Project 2 is going to have 3 3x3s, 1 3x4, 1 4x6, and an additional 4x6. So let me go ahead. Let me see what we've got going here. I've got my papers and everything, and we're going to just do this like we did last time. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to look for project 2. I don't know that I got everything cut for project 2, so let's go ahead and get everything ready for that. So starting here, we've got this paper. And let me go ahead, I'm going to pull it over for us. I'm looking for the, it makes me think of The Office, like my office when I would work in the office. So I'm looking for that paper specifically. Oh, let me see. Oh, I do have it cut. So I have 2B, and remember I was marking things with my Post-it notes. So we've got 2B here, and then I've got, let's see, I need 2H. So we have 2H here. Okay. And remember, when you're cutting, the asterisk behind it means that's the back. So there are no asterisks here, so therefore those are the front. So we've got 2B and 2H. I'm going to set them off to the side. And then I'm going to come down here, and we've got this grid paper, and it looks like it has not been cut yet. So I've got my little Post-it notes, and I'm looking for my pencil. We'll just use a pen. No, I want a pencil because I'm going to be checking off what I'm working on. So I'll bring my pencil over. So now what I need to do is I need to cut 2A and 2G. 2A is 2x12. So I'll bring my trimmer in. I just put in a brand new blade. So this is 12x12 paper. I'm going to go ahead and cut this at 2. lined up. To 2. Oops. There we go. And then the other one is 10 by 12. So let's go ahead and I'm going to mark this 2A and 2G. Okay, so I'm going to put these off to the side. And then I have another one. This time I'm looking at it. And, oh, I didn't even look to see if the orientation, of course, I'm not using the back, so I'm not going to worry about it. But this orientation, this is going to be the front. And this is a script paper. And it has it going, this orientation, the script going up and down. So I'm going to go ahead. This is the front. I'm going to cut this. 2D is 5 by 11. So we'll go ahead and cut 5. Like that. Get this cut 5. Put this down. And then I'm going to have to open this up. And we'll cut it by 11. Whoops, this one. By 11, so we're going to cut an inch off of this. Okay, and this one is 2D. So we'll make this 2D. And then I have another one that is 1 1/4 by 5. And so let me see, this is 5 and this is not 1 1/4. So I'm going to turn it this way again. And I need it to be 5, but it's going to be 1 1/4. So I'm not going to make 1 1/4 all the way through. What I mean is I don't want to do, I don't want to cut this 5 and have this strip. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn it this way at 1 1/4. And then I've got this extra piece, and now I can turn it the orientation way and cut it at 5. That way I'm not wasting any paper. And then this is just an extra piece. And this is going to be 2J. So I'll go ahead and get that labeled. 2J. Okay. Now, on to the next one. Turn this over. These are 3s. These are all 3s. This is 1. This is 1. This one. It's white willow cardstock. So let me pull the white willow cardstock. And I may already have this one marked. Let's see. This is M. Let's see if we've got a white willow. Cut. These are all here. We've got 2F, 2L. I may already have these. Let me pull these out. These are my photo savers here. And I'll probably have to pull these out in just a second. So I'm going to put those up here. Let's see what this is looking for. This is looking for 2N. So here's our 2N. Here is, oh, working with this one. Let's start this way. I have 2F. Okay, here's 2F. Look in here. Okay, so just 2F on this one. And then I need 2N. 2N is here. I need 2M right here. Over here, 2K and 2L. Okay, so I have all my white willows, so that's good. So everything's done there. So the cutting is done. Now what I can do is switch over to project 2 and we can get started. All right, so use white willow cardstock for your card base. White willow cardstock for my card base. For my base page. All right, hold on just a second. I'm looking at the picture and I'm just not seeing white willow. But that's okay, we've got it right here. So here's my base. And then it says adhere 2G, 2H, 2I, and 2J. Use white willow cardstock for your base page. Adhere looking for my twos. Oh, okay. I think. Let me pull out 2G. Here's 2H. Where's 2G? 2G is right here. And here 2G, 2H, 2I. All right, looking for 2I. I'm not seeing 2I. Okay, so we need to figure out where 2I is. Move this out of the way. So I'm going to go back in here to see where 2I is. 2I, where are you? H, 2H. Did I read that wrong? No. Okay, looking for 2I. 2F, 2K, 2L, 2M. All right, let's look at this again. 2G, 2H, 2I, and 2J. Here's 2J, but where is 2I? All right. I'm looking here for 2I as well. This is a back side. I see that as back side. 2I is right here. I don't know. It looks like it's going to be secret C. Let me just look and see if maybe I had cut that and didn't realize it. It's a scrap paper, so let me look through here just to see, because I'm not seeing. This is extra. We've got our labels and such. I'm going to put these off to the side. Looking through here. Okay, I'm not seeing that, so let's go back. I'm looking, it could potentially be, oh, hold on a second, guys. Maybe I have it in here. Because I have a lot of scraps. These are all the ones that I pulled off. Was there a 2I in here? But I'm looking to see if there's any secret. See, I've got these little scraps here. Let's see if I can find another one. There's this piece. Is this supposed to be 2I? Let's see if I can figure this out. All right, so I've got this piece, which kind of looks like perhaps, but I'm looking for the dark paper, so I'm gonna get this figured out, but I didn't see 2I anywhere. Oh, wait. Here we go, guys. It's right here. So it was the Secret C two-tone. And remember last time, I'm going to bring this up so you guys can see. Remember last time we had to cut these little strips? I mean, there's several little strips. So this particular strip is a 1/4 inch, 2I is a 1/4 inch by 11. And it looks like I had, let me look at them this here. 1/4 inch by 11. So were these all? Oh, and then I had one that was 2C was by 12. So let me see, are these all by 12 or did I cut them down to 11? This is 11. So, oh, here we go. Here we go. Getting all my pieces together. I thought these were scraps. Here we go. So this is how these were cut. I don't know if you guys can see. So I've got my, I'm going to move these out of the way just so that they don't get me confused. But the light was the front. So I had a 1/4 inch by 12, which is this one. Then I had a 1/4 inch by 11, which was 2I. And then I had an 1/8 of an inch by 11. Now this one is turned over because that's the back, the dark side. Okay, and then I had an 1/8 of an inch. Is this an 1/8 of an inch? It's a 1/4 of an inch. So this is an 1/8 of an inch. All right, anyway, problem solved. Here is our piece. So don't throw anything away. I didn't throw anything away. I saved everything. So I'm going to put these back over here because I don't want to lose those. All right, it's all good now. So this is going to be 2I right here. Okay. So it says adhere. So I guess what I'm going to do, I'm just not seeing the, I see what it's doing. All right, I do see the white. Let me move this. We're going to start with 2G. So I'm going to pull 2G off here. I'm going to put these off to the side here. Put 2H here. And here's the white. So 2H, no, I'm doing 2G. Am I doing 2G? No, I'm not. I'm not going to do 2G yet. I'm going to do 2H. You know, it just takes a little while to get the juices flowing here. I haven't worked on this since the weekend, but I didn't work on this particular project. So, all right, so I'm looking at, this is 2H. And if I'm looking right, it looks like 2H. It's not telling me. Okay, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do 2G. 2G is at the bottom, and 2G goes like this. Okay. So, putting this piece of the puzzle together. 2G goes here, and then and you can see it all the way over here, and then it looks like 2H is going to go on top of it like this, but I'm trying to figure out how far 2H comes up or comes down, because normally it will give me some direction as far as how far to go up. So maybe what happens is it gets perhaps layered at the top of 2G. So this is 2G. 2H maybe goes here, and then here is our 2I, and 2I goes up here. So what I want to see now, since they're not giving me instructions as to where that goes, then it's giving me, it says adhere, prepared 2K. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I'm on the wrong side, guys. I just skipped a whole step. Use white willow for your cardstock. Okay, we've got that. Then it says adhere 2A, 2B, 2C. So here we go. See, I haven't put anything down yet. 2A, 2B. I'm going to put this back here so I don't forget what this is. Here's 2A. Uh, 2B. I guess I was working on the second page. I'm going to move these off to the side. This is the second page. So let me put these off here so I don't lose those. 2A, 2B. Let's see where you are. Here's 2B. Oh, here's 2A. Adhere, 2A, 2B, 2C. 2C is, looks like 2C is a strip. And this 2C, let's look and see. I gotta be reminded which strip 2C is. So we'll go back here. 2C is the one that is light, and it is 1/4 by 12. So it's my longest one. And it would be this one right here. Okay, so now we've got this one. And it's, let's see, this is gonna go, 2A is going here. 2B is going here. Putting these puzzle pieces together. 2C is going here. Okay, and then 2D is this one. And it says it's going to come down. I'm just laying these out to start. It's going to come down 3.5 inches from the top, and it looks like maybe it's just going to be centered. So I would bring it in and center it. It doesn't really say 2D, and it comes down 3.5 inches. Here's 2D, but it doesn't really say how far to come in on each side. So my guess is that it's just being centered. Then adhere the border sticker 2F using stamping dimensionals. All right, so let's go ahead and get these pieces down to start. So we're going to start with 2A, and I've got my seal here. Finally making progress. I just had to put this little piece of the puzzle together, and I didn't want to put things down until I knew exactly where I was putting things. So we'll go ahead and get this lined up. Get it down. And this is the first page, and then we've got 2B, and 2B is going to go on top. So I'm going to turn this over, and we'll turn this and get it all the way across. And I'm just butting it up next to the other one that I had. All right, now I need my strip, and my strip fell over here. And let's see, I'm gonna use since this strip is so thin, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to use my silicone mat to apply my heat adhesive so I don't get any adhesive on my paper. All right, so we've done that. And this gets butted up against the designer series paper here. Okay, so there we go. Making progress. All right, 2D. 2D is 11 inches, if I remember correctly. So let's go ahead and just measure this. And 2D is, yes it is, 11 inches. That means if we're going to center this, that it's going to be 1/2 inch on each side. And we're going to come down 3.5 inches. So I'm going to come down 3.5 inches, and we're going to come in 1/2 inch. Let me grab a quick drink. All right, so I'm going to get out my handy dandy tools, and I'm going to come in 1/2 inch here, and I'm going to come down 3.5 inches here. So let me see if which way I want to do this. If I come down 3.5 inches, is that what it said? Just double checking, making sure. 3.5 inches is right. Actually, let me try something. If I use my grid mat, 3.5 inches is going to be 1, 2, 3. It's going to be, because I'm going from the top, it's 8.5. So right here would be 8.5. So that's going to be 3.5 inches, and then I'm going to come in 1/2 an inch, right? So I'm down 3.5 inches, which is right here. Okay, I'm going by that mark, and then 1/2 inch is going to be, can I read this? I believe this is going to be 1/2 inch right here. So I've got 4 and 4. Yes, yes. Okay, so I got 1/2 inch over here. All right, so again, you measure to make sure you're where you want to be, and that is 3.5. 1, 2, 3.5. And then I'm going to come in 1/2 inch. So I'm going to go ahead and get my seal on. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to line up to 1/2 inch. Double checking to make sure I'm seeing that right. I'm going to hold this down because that will help me to get this on straight. And there we go. Phew, got that done. All right. Now, let's go back in here. We've got the willow white. Oh, we still have some adhering to do. So that was D. Now I need to do 2E. And 2E is this little strip under here. So let me double check. 2E. Oh my goodness, look how little that is. All right, so I think it's this one. Let me double check. I think this is an 8. Is that right? Because these are 1/4 inch, right? Let me double check. Yeah, these are 1/4 inches. And 2E was 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to double check this. And this is my 1/8 of an inch. Yep. All right, so I've got the right one. And it is going to go right along the bottom here, but I think it's the light side. Oh, and it matches up. See how it lines up? So pretty. Okay, let me just double check to make sure 2E is the light side. Oh, the light side was the oh, this one. This one was supposed to be the dark side. Oh no. Was that 2C? Oh, it was supposed to be the dark side. But it looks light. And 2E was the light side. 2E was the light side. 2C was the dark side. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get 2C down. And I want to do this right. So I could leave this up here, the light. I could. But I'm going to show you how to fix it. So let's go ahead and let's get this one down. And I'm just going to put some seal here, 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 and here. All right, so we'll get this one down. And then I'm going to show you how I'm going to fix that. So we're going to see if, first of all, it'll peel up. If it doesn't want to peel up, and this is going to be easy to put down because I'm just lining it with the edges and butting it up next to that designer series paper. So this is really easy to get down. All right, so that lines up. Very good. Okay. I'm getting my extra adhesive off here. Let's see if this will peel up without me destroying anything. So I'm going to very gently peel this up. Oh, this is good. Also, because I didn't glue it down, and there we go. That was easy. All right. what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my adhesive eraser and we're just going to take the adhesive off the back of this because I don't want it on the dark side. I want the dark side up, but do be careful so that you're not bending your paper like I am. All right, let's see if we can get this off. Just have to be patient. Oh my goodness, it just wants to bend. All right, maybe what I'll do, let's see. All right, let's try this. Hold it between the two fingers. Use my adhesive eraser. It's gonna take a little bit, but it's happening. You can see it balling up here. Okay. Get this off. It's sticking to me. All right, so we've got that little strip done. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna scooch it down. We've got one more little strip here. Well, we're getting close to being done. So sometimes when you are scrapbooking, you have two choices that you can make. If you didn't do it right, you can just leave it like it is and call it good, or you can fix it. And I want to do these pages the way that the workshop has shown us to do it, and then I can embellish them later, as you saw with the first project. So I want to do this right. Plus, if you guys are scrapbooking this kit along with me, I want to do it right for you guys. And my apologies if you've already got this stripped down, but you can see how we can fix it now. I'm trying to get this glue off. Okay, I've got one more little piece that I've got to get off, and I'm going to try not to bend the end. If I go the same direction, I might be able to do this without catching it. Whoops, it wants to. We're almost there. Almost. I can see we're almost in the clear. There we go. Okay, I've got my adhesive off. Adhesive eraser. Definitely something that you want to have in your repertoire of tools. All right, now that this is off and I've got the glue off, I might do a little bit more work right down here as I'm feeling it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now let's do this again, and we're gonna put the strip back on with the dark side up because it does say 2C. 2C is the back side. So a little glue here, 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 and I'm gonna turn this, and we're gonna go here. All right, move this out of the way. Then we can start to move forward again. I'm going to line this up, butt it up against the Designer Series paper. All right, guys, now we've got it. And I am gonna do just a little bit more work here. It's not bad. I've just got a little bit of glue. Just cleaning it up. All right. Okay, this is what it should be looking like. We are ready to move forward. And 2E, we got that done. So we've got this all adhered. So I can check that off. On to number 3. Adhere prepared 4 5/8 arrow border sticker above 2D. Above 2D. Okay, here's 2D. Over 2D. Okay. So, let's look. We've got stickers. Prepared sticker. Oh, prepare for both. Boy, I just skipped right ahead, didn't I? All right, let's pause for just a moment here. Let's go back up and look here. Adhere photos on 2F, 2K, 2L, 2M, and 2N. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way. I just skipped right ahead. All right, here's 2F, 2K. Get this out of the way. right, I'm looking for 2K. Here's 2N. Here's 2M. So I need 2K and 2L. Where are you guys? 2K is what? Let's see. Looking through here. I don't want to lose that strip. It says photos. So there's only, oh, okay. Let's look and see what 2K and 2L are supposed to look like. Oh, here's 2L. Here we go. They were on the other side. Okay, here's 2K and here's 2L. All right, we're good. Let me get this glue out of the way. This little glue ball. All right. Adhere photos. So we're going to do a photo. Remember, we had 3. It said we were going to have for the project. So we were going to have 3 3x3s, 1 3x4, 1 4x6, and another 4. Portrait and landscape. Okay, so this is portrait and landscape. Although I don't think this one's cut right. So maybe it is. Oh, it is cut right. Okay. So here's a 3x3. Here's a 3x3. Here's a 3x3. And then here's a 4x6. And here's a 4x6. And one of them is going to be landscape, and one of them is going to be portrait. And then we've got this white space down here that we're going to put some verbiage. All right, so for me, I save these as soon as I get my picture posted. So I'm just going to put a little bit of seal on the back here. Get this centered up. Okay, so there's that one. And then we've got, and I'm going to go ahead, what was that, 2F? I'm going to go ahead and put 2F here. And then we've got 2N. So I'm going to take this off. And we're going to center this one up. And this is probably going to be our landscape one. So I've got that. And then we'll put our little 3x3s down. So we've got this one. Wow, I'm just kind of going rogue on this, right? I mean, we're still doing it the way the instructions say, but I am not doing them in the right order, which is fine. Not a problem there. I guess I was just excited to get going. All right. And then we've got this one. So we'll put that one there. And we'll get this done. All right. Whoops. Come on, Seal. Help me out here. There we go. And I'm just putting a little bit, and then I just use my adhesive eraser to take it off so that I can reuse my sheets again. So let's go ahead and put these off to the side because now we have them prepped, right? And then I'm going to come back up here and adhere photos. Got it. Okay, now it says cut arrow border sticker into 2 pieces, 4x5/8 and 7x3/8. Excuse me. This is the border sticker, and I need to cut it into 4x5/8 and 7x3/8. So let me pull this up, and I'm going to bring my trimmer in. And I'm going to put this way. When I cut, the sticky part will be up. And I do that so that it doesn't stick to my trimmer. So we're going to do 4x5/8. So here's 4x5/8 right here. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to push this up. It's a little sticky. We'll get that a cut. And then the other one, I'm going to put it back on its sheet. All right. And then the other one is supposed to be 7 3/8. So let me pull my arm out. 7 3/8. 1, 2, 3. And it is. Okay, so we've got them both cut. All right, so I'm going to put this back on the sheet as well. Move this out of the way. Now this is prepped, and we can go ahead and check that off. All right, now got the prep, assemble, adhere the 4x5/8 arrow sticker over 2D. 2D was this one, and the sticker is actually, it says over 2D, but it doesn't really say how far over 2D. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up, and I'm going to go ahead and put this here. I'm just looking, and you can see it goes over this way. It looks like maybe it's come up about an inch. It doesn't really say when I look at the sticker. Over 2D is just basically what it's saying. So I'm going to, if 2D is here, maybe bring it up to about here. I'm just going to take a guess. I'm going to line it up. And I also want to make sure that I'm getting it lined up straight. So I'm going to bring my ruler in just to kind of help me get it adhered down straight, so I'm not going wonky. All right, I'm going to call that good. I don't know. It didn't tell me the dimensions, so I get to pick. All right, so next step over 2D. Then it says adhered prepared to F using stamped dimensionals. All right, 2F is, all right, 2F is going to be this one. And it does share with me what we need to do. So I'm going to line this up, and we're going to come down. I'm going to use dimensionals. See, I saw that. Using Stampin' Dimensionals. So let me pull out my dimensionals first, and we'll get these adhered. So I'm going to do the corners, and then we'll do the middle, and I'm going to go middle here, and middle here, and then here and here. All right, so it says to come down 2 7/8. So I'm going to measure from, I'm going to get this centered up, scooch this over. Okay, so we're going to come down 2 7/8. So I'm going to grab this and 2 7/8. These are 2 7/8. This isn't done in eighths. Is it 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Okay, yes it is 2 7/8. So 7, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's going to come down right about here. And I'm going to use this edge. Okay, so 2 7/8 is where it comes down. And then it's supposed to come in 3 7/8. So 2 7/8 is here. And then it's going to come in 3 7/8. So I can use this. So 3 7/8 is right here. Oh, easy peasy. All right, let's get the backs off of here. Backs off. We'll come back and get those in a minute. All right, got the backs off here. Get these off. All right, we're down 2 7/8. I'm going to get this lined up again. Okay, 2 7/8 is right here. Okay, and then I'm going to come in 3 7/8. Which is right here, and I'm going to lay this down. Okay, so we have 2F down. Yay. Okay, then let me check these off with Stampin' Dimensionals. Adhered journaling pre-cut piece to the left side of 2D and a 3x4 photo to the right side, using Stamped Dimensionals to adhere the photo. All right, let's find the pre-cut journaling piece. So here's a sticker here. I'm going to move these pieces over to the other side so they're not in my way. All right. Pre-cut journaling piece. What does that look like? Is it, oh, here we go. Here we go. There's another sticker. All right. We've got these, and this is the pre-cut journaling piece. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. And it looks like, in addition to pulling this out, I need to get this out of the way. I'm going to punch out these holes. So we've got little holes in here. So I'm going to punch these holes out. Looks like a little notepad. All right, let's move these out of the way. Pre-cut journaling piece to the left side of 2D. This is 2D to the left side. And it says to come down 3, get this lined up again. To come down 3.5 inches. So if I come down 3.5, oh, see, I just moved this. Line it back up. Okay, 3.5 inches is right here. So I'm going to bring this here. We're going to come down 3.5 inches. That doesn't seem right. Because if I come down 3.5 inches and put it here, it's going to be at the top, which then makes me think that I did not put something. Oh no, it's no. The 3.5 inches was my 2D. All right, so I'm going to come in 1/4 inch. I guess I'm just going to center it. So center it about right here. It comes down just a little bit past. Huh. It's kind of interesting to me. I mean, this isn't a big deal, but if I've got the holes in it and it's coming down to about right here, then wouldn't that hole there be blue? But the piece, the arrow sticker over 2D was 4 5/8 inches. So I don't know. That's kind of interesting. And then I'm going to come in 1/4 inch from here. So if this is at 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch is going to be here. And then we're going to come down just about, I'm going to center it. So there's about 1/2 inch there and about 2. Nope. About. It's not straight either. Come in 1/2 inch, which is right here. I wonder why that angles. Those of you that don't get too into the measuring, you're probably laughing at me right now. And that's okay. I will let you laugh at me. I just want to make sure this is straight. And it's just looking a little wonky to me, but I think we're going to go with this. So I'm going to put it here. Come on, seal. Come on, seal. A little bit here, a little bit here. And then I'm just gonna eyeball it. Oh, I know. Eyeball it? April's gonna eyeball it? I am. Just double checking. Okay. So I'm eyeballing it. I'm gonna put it right, because it doesn't say, it just says to come in 1/4 of an inch. So, there we go. I just eyeballed it. All right, we got that piece down. Phew. All right. Journaling to the left side and a 3x4 photo to the right side. Okay. 3x4 photo to the right side. 3x4. Did I have my 3x4? Uh-oh. Did I even have a 3x4? Did I not have... All right, now I'm confused. Oh, because this didn't have... Interesting. This particular one was not matted. So it's just a straight... This needs to come over more. But I came in 3 7/8, right? Didn't I? All right, let's, oh, you know what? 3, it did not. I was measuring from this edge. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, here we go. Now, dimensionals in my mind are not forgiving at all. So, I'm gonna bring in my handy dandy undo remover. I can't remember if I used this on the last project that we did last week, but it will melt the dimensionals, and then I can just pull this off. But I measured wrong. Surprise, surprise. And now I need to be able to take this off and move it over. So you can see the dimensionals are coming up. I've got this, it's got this little spoon on it, and I just put the undo, and it looks wet to start, but then it dries, and it doesn't tear the paper. It gives you so much grace when it comes to having to move something. So I just take my time. I use this on my cards as well. It saves me all the time. So I'm gonna get in here, get this last dimensional, and look at that. This came up, no problems whatsoever, and the sticky is still on my dimensionals, so I can use this again. I don't have to put any more dimensionals on. Okay, so I do need to come over 3 7/8, but I was measuring because I had this butted up against here instead of having it butted up against my paper. So I did have to come down, but we're gonna get it. So I'm gonna line this back up again. And this picture, and this is drying, you can kind of see where it's a little wet. I'm just gonna wave this in the wind, and it's gonna dry. And the picture's gonna come down 2 7/8, so we can still do that. So 2 7/8 is right here. And then we'll come in 3 7/8. So I'm gonna get this lined up again. I do love my mats. I'm sure there's some out there somewhere. These were Creative Memories. Maybe Creative Memories still has them. I don't know. I've had them for a long time, so I don't know. Okay, let's get this. So 2 7/8 is when I'm coming down, and I am at 2 7/8 right here. I have it butted up against my paper this time, which is good. And now this is going to go in 3 7/8. So 3 7/8 is going to be which end? Which end? 3 7/8. So 3 7/8 is going to be right here. I put it down, and it is literally right up next to this one. So 3 7/8. All right, got it down. Now I can take this photo and I'm gonna just put a little bit of seal on the back of it. And then when I put my photo down, because it's not matted, if the seal doesn't come up because it's been down too long, then I can use my undo to take this picture up. But basically, I'm just going to take this and I'm going to, it doesn't even give me any dimensions. It just says put it to this side. So I'm going to come in about the same that I came in. Here we go. I'm going to do this. Yep. We're going to come in about 1/4 inch, and I'm going to just, what I want to do is I just want to make it straight and put it the same way. The same, what am I trying to say? Level as my note. So it's not going to come in exactly the same, but at least it can be the same level. All right, we'll put that down. Okay, I'm happy with that. I'm happy. All right, let's go ahead, and now what we've done is we've adhered the journaling piece and the photo. Oh, you guys. Well, okay. The photo is supposed to go on dimensionals, but I'm not going to put the photo mat down with dimensionals because I'm going to move the photo mat away when I put the photo down. So I just need to remember that I want to put the photo on dimensionals. And then it says embellished with pre-cut pieces and stickers as shown. Now the fun stuff. Okay, here we have Explore. So this is one of them. And we have, it looks like maybe this banner right here. And this banner, and I'm actually going to turn these over. Oh, this is Project 3. I can't use this. This is Project 3. All right, we're not going to use those because those are Project 3. So I guess it's not those banners. Let's turn this over this way. Project 1, or Project 2. Let's just do this. Project 2. I'm being careful when I take these out because I don't want to tear them. So we've got that. These are Project 2. So let's go ahead and get these out. Okay. Fun everyday adventure. We're going to need that for this page. All right, be careful with my leaves. This paper does tear. I didn't tear the leaves, but as I was trying to take the leaves out, the paper tore. So here's one. If I didn't have these little stickers, I could use a stamp set and stamp these leaves and die cut them and have leaves to use. All right, here's Project 2 here. But this is fun. I'm glad they're sharing these with us. Okay. Just trying to be careful. Okay, we've got that. And that. Okay, we're going to get this one out of the way. And let's see if there's anything on this one. Project 2. Oh, look at this big one. It might be the next page, though, because I didn't totally see it on this page. So I'm just going to move this off to the side. All right, I don't think I have. Oh, here's some stickers. Okay, let's look at this picture again. And I've got these pieces I'm going to move off to the side. And I need I thought I had this piece. I thought. Do we see it anywhere? Oh, here it is. It was turned upside down. All right, so we've got this piece that we're looking at, and it's gonna go here. And then we've got this piece, and it's gonna go, I guess, right up next to this. And then we can do this. Now, when I put this down, I am not going to adhere it on this side because my picture's gonna slide in behind it. And then we have Everyday Adventure. That is going to go right here. Yep. And then what else do we have? We have this leaf that's going to tuck in right here. And then I have, there is, let me see if I can do this. Outdoor fun, explore, hike. What does that say? Big something. Oh, best, nope. Where? What does that say? It looks like, oh, no. It looks like it's this sticker here. And then it also has, maybe I'll find it in a minute, but I can't read it. Big, oh, it says Big Rock. So I'll take this, and basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and put it here just so I don't forget about it. But I'm going to have to, when I replace this, when I replace with the picture, I'm going to have to move it. So I'm just going to put it here, not stick it down too much, and I can use my undo on that. And I think that's everything I need. Let's go ahead and get this down. I've got 2 more of these that we're going to do, but let's go ahead and get these down. So this, because my photo mat is on dimensionals, I'm going to go ahead and put the adventure part on dimensionals. So bring my dimensionals back in, and then I'll just use some tape adhesive to put these down. Whoops. That's just, okay. And then let me see, a little bit right here. And then I'm going to put dimensionals down at this end. Hopefully you guys can see this. All right, so is that, am I good? Maybe one more right here, I think. Every day. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and take the backings off of the dimensionals. I've already got adhesive on the Everyday. I want to line this up. So I didn't put it at the top. Let's see, it's going to go right next to it. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use my grid line for getting that down. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and take this and we're going to put it down. And I'm just going to, I think I'm going to just butt it up right next to there. Okay. And then let's see, we'll go ahead and get the leaf down. Right here, maybe. I think so. So let me bring this in, and I'm just going to get a little adhesive on the backs of this. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get the leaves down, and probably right about here. And there's a little white piece from where I tore it off of out of the sticker sheet, and I'm just trying to see if I can get rid of that. Maybe not. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go right about here, here. And then this little guy is going to go here. But before I do that, I've got these stickers to put in. So I'm going to put in a green one, and I'm going to put in a blue one. And maybe a lighter blue one. Because that one, this is a little dark. Okay, so I don't think there's any right or wrong. So put it here, and then we'll put one here. Okay, and then this is popped up again. So I'm just going to put dimensionals on this side. And I'm actually not going to put any adhesive on the other side yet because I have to tuck my picture back in behind it. So I want to make sure I've got plenty enough dimensionals though to support it. So is this good? I think so. I think so. Yes, so let's go ahead and get this off. And I think we will be done with this page. Let's scooch this over. Seems like there was a little bit more room for this to do some journaling, but I think we're okay. Let's come down a little bit further. We're gonna go there. All right, let me move this stuff out of the way so you guys can see the finished page. Yay! And then I will get my pictures added and get them finished up. All right, so that one's done. I'm going to move it over here, and we're going to come back here. And let's see, we've got embellish with pre-cut and then add journaling. I'll add the journaling later. All right, let's go over here where I wanted to start. Use willow white cardstock for your base. So let me reach over here and grab a piece of willow white. All right, here we go. And then it says adhere 2G, 2H, 2I, and 2G, J. All right, so let me put this off. I'm going to move these out of the way. This is 2H, 2G. 2I must be one of the little ones. And then what is 2J? First of all, let's go here. And maybe it's the two, maybe these are the two pieces. Let's see. Let's go and see if we can figure this out. Because it was so little I couldn't. All right, I have 2I, and 2I is going to be the dark side. Okay. 2I is the dark side. So I can put this one off to the side, but we're going to need this one. So I just have to find 2J. What am I looking for 2J? 2J, 2H, 2J. Oh, it's this little piece here. I think, did I mark it? Oh, here it is. There it is, 2J. All right, and 2J is front, and it's going this way. Oh, well, I don't know. We'll see how we're going to put it down. All right, so let's get started. We are going to come down. I'm going to start with 2H, I think. 2H. No, 2G. 2G. All right, so I'm going to move these off to the side. I don't want to lose these pieces. So we're going to move them over here. And 2G is actually going to go right down here at the bottom. Okay, so let's get our seal on. Yep. Oops, come on. Come on, come on. this lined up, edge to edge. That's interesting. Okay. Corner to corner. Oops, don't go down yet. Don't go down. Here we go. All right, 2G, done. I want to lose these. And then 2J, or 2H is going to go on. And it is going along this edge, but where, I'm going to turn it this way, and I guess it's going to the top. Okay, so here, and it's going to go to the top up here on the edge. All right, 2H. 2I is this strip right here. So let me bring this in, and I think the gray piece goes. Oh, no, it's got the asterisk by it, so it's going to be the dark. So let me go ahead and get some seal on this. Okay. And it's going to go right along this edge, which makes it easy to place because it's just getting butted up. I've got a little bit of seal that's off the edge. I'm going to have to clean that up. All right, there we go. Got a little bit of seal right here. Got it. All right, making progress. Now, 2J is going to go over here. And it says that it's coming down 3.5. Okay, so line this up, bring this, it's gonna come down 3.5. So 3.5 is right here. I like it better when I could go on this side, but I'm gonna have to come in 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna come in 1/2 inch. And let me see, if this is 1 inch and I'm coming in 1/2 inch, then it would be in the same place, right? Okay, so 3.5. And then I'm gonna come in 1/2 inch, so it's really gonna go right here. Ew. That's interesting. Okay. Okay. It still wants me to do it. So we're gonna come in 1/2 inch. So let me get some seal on the back here. I try to look ahead sometimes just to see what's next on the what I'm doing, just in case I need to pay attention to what the next piece is. All right, so we've got that down. Now it says, I use the willow white. We've got these adhered. Adhered large Night of Navy pre-cut piece and prepared 7 3/8 arrow border sticker. Okay, so this is the big Night of Navy pre-cut piece. And I need to look to see where it really wants us to go with this. So it looks like it's going to come up, this point is going to come up 1 inch from the bottom. So if I bring this in, this is 1 inch from the bottom. So it would go right here. And it's going to come over 1 3/8 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up right here. Okay, and then I'm going to come in 1 3/8 inches. 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch. Wonder if I can do it from this side, because the one in, trying to see. Come up 1 inch, which would be right here. Okay, and then I'm going to come in 1 3/8. So here's 1 this way, 1, 2, 3/8 of an inch is right here. That looks about right. 1 inch and 1 3/8 inches. Okay, so let's get seal on this. I'm gonna have to fix my ruler again. That's okay. Here and, whoops, sorry, seal. And here. All right, here we go again. Here's 1 inch right here. Okay, and then 1 3/8 is going to be 1, 2, 3/8 is right here. So we'll get this down. Oh. There we go. Got that piece down. Now I'm supposed to adhere the 7 3/8 sticker. So here's this arrow sticker. And I think it just goes right to the edge. That's what, yep, it goes right to the edge, which makes it easy. I don't have to measure. All right, so let's go ahead and get that down. I'm gonna butt it up right next to this DSP. Oh yeah, it's going right over. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this butted up. All right, there we go. Making progress. All right, so let me check those off. And then it says adhered prepared 2K. So is 2K a picture? Yes, it is. Adhered prepared 2K, prepared 2L, and prepared 2M using stamping dimensionals. All right, guys, we're gonna get the dimensionals on. I wasn't boycotting them last week. I just would read it and then I would forget. So we're not gonna forget this time. So let's go ahead and get them on now. And then I can go ahead and get my measuring done. So got here and here. And then we've got a couple more. I'm looking to see, yes I do. All right, I'm gonna grab another sheet. We can use the edges at another time. Let's grab this sheet. All right, dimensionals are on. So we are going to start at, let me get this lined up. Bring my ruler over. And let me see, can I use a smaller one? We'll see if that works. Because I'm just working from this edge. We're going to come down 7/8 of an inch and we're going to go in 3.5 inches. So if we come down 7/8 of an inch, that would be right here. And I know I need to do it. 7/8 of an inch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, just double checking. 7/8 of an inch is right here. And then I need to come in 3.5 inches. So I'm just double checking. This would be, that's 2.5. 3.5 inches? 7/8 of an inch looks fine. But 3.5 inches would be right here. And it seems like this should be centered up more. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 3.5 inches would be right here. How can that be right? Oh, am I reading the wrong one? Oh, I am. Just to show you what I'm looking at, I don't know that you guys are going to be able to see it, but I'm seeing 3.5 inches here. You guys see that? 3.5 inches here, and I'm seeing 1 7/8 inches here, but there's a cross. And so it's like, you've got to make sure that you're looking at the right line. This one is 1 7/8. So when I said that looked off, it did look off, and I'm glad that I paid attention to it, because 1 7/8 is right here. And that's exactly where I feel like it needs to go. So you just got to watch your lines, especially if there's two that crisscross, to make sure that you're looking at the right dimension. All right, so I'm coming down 7/8 of an inch. I'm just going to double check again. I'm at 7/8 of an inch right here. And I'm going to turn this upright, and I'm going to come in 1 7/8 of an inch, and 1 7/8 of an inch is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up and put it down. And that looks crooked. Does that look crooked? That looks crooked. All right. Sorry, guys. I'm going to get my head into this one. Yeah, it's crooked. All right, let me see if my dimensionals will be forgiving for the moment, because I hopefully didn't press them down too hard. All right, so let's do this again. We're going to come in, come down 7/8 of an inch right here. So I'm going to lift this up. See if I can move this up a little bit so it's not so crooked. Okay. I just feel like, let me try it this way, now that I know where it's supposed to be. It just didn't feel like it was straight. Well, we'll go. I think I fixed it. I think I did. Okay, we'll take this one off. And then the next one is going to be 1/4 of an inch different. So how am I going to do this? If this comes in here, I come down 1. Oh, I have to do it this way. 1/4 of an inch. All right, guys, I'm just thinking this through. Thinking it through. I think I'm going to come from the other side and get this lined up. And if this is here, and I need to come down 1/4 of an inch, I feel like it's, so I'm going to go down 1, 2. Is that 1/4 of an inch? I think it is. All right. So let's go ahead and take the backings off of this. And I am going to attempt to line these up. And that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm not pressing down. And then the next one, I have to do the same thing. It says 1/4 of an inch. So let's take this one. Get my backings off. And we're going to start here. And 1/4 of an inch would be 1, 2. Okay. I want to make sure this is straight so I don't get it on crooked. And I'm just going to press down right here and get it lined up again. And we're going to go right here. Got it. All right, guys. Yay, we've got those on. Okay, so I can scratch this off my list. Okay, and I used dimensionals. Adhered, prepared 2N using stamping dimensionals. So this is 2N. Let's go ahead and get dimensionals on this one. And this is a big picture. This will be fun. I think project 2 is going to be Bryce Canyon. No, not Bryce Canyon. Bryce Canyon was project 1, and I'm going to add some additional pages to that. But project 2 is going to be Zion National Park. So, and then I'll get Zion National Park started, and then because I've just got so many pictures, I'll add some additional pictures to supplement this. All right, this says come down 3. So I'm going to come down 3 inches. Let me get this lined up. Come down 3 inches and come in 1 inch and 1/8. So we're going to come down 3. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to come in 1 inch and 1/8, which would be right here. So let's get the backings off of this. Okay. I'm going to come down 3, and I'm double checking. Here's 1 inch and 1/8. Okay. All right, and then I'm going to come down 3. 1, 2, 3. So it should be, wow, it's gonna go over some of those other pictures. I think. All right, because of that, I'm taking the dimensionals off of this. Oops. They are going to overlap these pictures, so I'm going to have to tuck these pictures behind. So just planning ahead, I don't want dimensionals in the way of me being able to do that. So I went ahead and took those dimensionals off. Now I can come down 3 again and place this down. And now I will be able to get my pictures behind this. Okay. Yay. Got a little bit of glue here. All right. So there's that. Now it says, oh, the fun stuff. We're ready for the fun stuff. Embellished with pre-cut pieces and stickers as shown. So here I've got some more leaves. So here's, I'm going to pull these up. We'll get these down. Here's some more leaves. Okay, and then let's see, this is project 2, so this is going to go here. And then I need this sticker and these. So I'll pull those off in just a second. Now, what's interesting about these again is the fact that they are stickers and they're going to go over pictures. So here's what I'm going to do with that, because I'm not ready to put pictures down. I'm going to grab my embossing buddy. And when I get ready to put this down, I'm just going to stick it at the top, but I'm going to use my embossing buddy on the back side of it to keep it from being sticky, and that way I can slide my picture underneath it. So I'm just kind of planning ahead. Then I've got things to note. So I'm going to take this things to note sticker, and I'm going to put it at the top. Let me look. I'm just looking to see where it goes. Some of these things are going right on did that go over? It's going over just a little bit here. Trying to figure out, maybe I'm going to wait on this one. I'm going to wait on this one. I'm just looking to see how things are layered. So I think I'm going to pull, where's my silicone at? I think I'm going to pull these 2 stickers off so that I can get them down. And I'm not quite sure yet. I think the blue one, which was the lighter one, I think it's going to go right about here. It's not, I'm not going to put it on the picture. but I am going to put it next to it, which means that this one is going to go a little bit shorter. Thinking out. I'm just thinking. It needs to come over more. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to adhere it and not get it on my picture. I am going to use my embossing buddy, but I'm just trying to figure out where the heck this is going to go first. And all right, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to try to only use my embossing buddy on one side. I need my tweezers for a second. And we'll see if this works. If it doesn't, I will use my undo to get the picture behind it. But I'm just going to take my embossing buddy and I'm just going to emboss the one side. And that takes the sticky away. So hopefully there's enough sticky now to, let's see, I'm going to go up just a little bit here and over. There's enough sticky to hold it in place. I'm actually, because these pictures are on dimensionals, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stick a little dimensional. I'm going to stick a little dimensional right here. And that will help to hold it in place as well. But it was sagging right there in that little area. And so now when I go to put this on, it won't sag and the dimensional will help to hold it in place. So I'm going to bring this up again, like so. I'm trying to get it straight a little bit. And we'll stick it there. Okay, we're calling that good. Okay, now I want to do, this is view from the top. And before I put this down, because it's going to go right here, and I'm going to have the same situation. I'm going to have, it's sticky, and I don't want it sticky because I got to get my picture behind it. So I'm going to take my embossing buddy again. My embossing buddy's starting to fall apart. And I'm taking that sticky off. That sticky is gone. It's on the bottom, but it's not on the top. All right, so I'm going to take, I had that, things to note. Things to note. It's going, I'm going to put it right about here. It's kind of on the picture, but I'm not going to put it on the picture. I'm going to butt it up to next to where the picture would be. And let me see if I can get it good. I'm just going to butt it up next to it. And again, you know, here's the deal. I'm going to put dimensionals behind this because my picture is on a dimensional. And let me see, well, can I use this one? Is that big enough? I'm going to do that. All right. Sorry about that, guys. We're almost done. I'm going to trim this off. It was kind of sticking back behind. There we go. Okay, take this off. And I'm going to go ahead and get it lined up right about here. Okay, and then we'll take the view and it's going to go, this needed to move over. It did need to move over because it's going to be on the other side of the view. So let's see if I can get, there we go. Got that off okay. I'm going to do my view here, which means that this is going to go right about here. Okay, now I am going to put a dimensional right here. And then this is no longer sticky. So now I can go ahead and put this down. There we go. And now I can put this one down, and I'm just gonna line it up, and so I'm gonna have to use some seal for it. And go ahead and get this lined up. Actually, I'm not gonna tuck them behind. It shows it's tucked behind, but I know you don't think I go rogue very often, but I am gonna go rogue on this one a little bit. I'm gonna line it up as best I can, make it as straight as best I can. So we've got that, and then we've got the leaves to put on. So, and I'm just gonna tuck them underneath. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll get some seal on this one. Oops. And we'll put it down here. Yeah, right about there. And then we'll take the darker one and put some seal on it. Come on, help me out here. Here we go. Oops. And this one. Okay. And we'll put this one, we'll tuck it in underneath here. Whoops, I'm gonna need some help to tuck that in. Come on now, tuck you in. I think I'm gonna trim this off so I don't have to go in quite so far. And then I can tuck it in right here. And we'll go, yep, right about there. And then we've got some leaves that we're gonna put up here. So let's get some more seal on. Seal, seal, whoop. And I'm gonna tuck this one in behind this picture here. I think that looks good. And then we'll tuck this one in up here. And I think, let's see, I've got a little dimensional that's giving me a little bit of grief here. Let me get some seal on the top part of this, and then I'll see if I can tuck it in under the dimensional. And I think we've got it going like this. So I guess maybe I don't need to worry about it. So let me get some up here. I do? All right, let's do this. Boy, seal doesn't like it when I do little pieces. And then I think I could go right here. Okay, let's move this out of the way. And I believe we now have, let's get these out of the way, page 2 done. So let's go up here. And it says embellish with pieces as shown. We've done that. And then add journaling, and I will do that later. So let me move this stuff out of the way so we can bring in our 2 pages that we've gotten done. This is page number 2. So pretty. I love the way this turned out. And we've got page number 1. And these are both for project 2. But I'm going to have a lot of fun now finding pictures. And this is going to be my Zion National Park one. So thank you very much for joining me for Scrapbook Friday. And when I come back next Friday, I'll have this page completed and we'll work on project 3. Bye, everyone.